Okay, Sally, it's lovely to see you again, and thank you so much for agreeing to tell us your story so that we can inspire other people who are going through, obviously, the sort of thing that you went through all those years ago. So maybe we could start by you telling everybody what life was, well, how your pain came on in the first stage, what you were like, what symptoms you had, what diagnosis you were given, just generally let us know what you'd like us to tell them.
Sure. So it started in 2012 when my first baby was born, and it was in the last few weeks of pregnancy. I had sciatica in my right leg, and you know, they've said it's quite a symptom of pregnancy and it'll go once the baby's here. So I was kind of holding out for that. And it was almost the minute that the baby was born, the pain level was just intensified and was miles worse, and not got better when the baby was born at all. So I then had sciatica pain in both legs. That was much more sort of prevalent than the back pain. And then the months that followed, it continued really, and the pain didn't ever lessen. And I had physio. I spent my life lying down on the floor. I could only feed the baby lying down because I could hardly sit. And I spent just hours and hours trying to Google and find out what on earth had happened to me. And I just, it was the bleakest time because I also had a baby to care for.
And presumably then weren't able to make use of all the support that new mothers need and want, which is other mothers going through similar experiences and being able to be with other people.
Really go to any groups or, you know, coffee play groups or anything like that.
Yeah.
I was with my family a lot, and I also had to have a girl come to help, because also the pain I know now was fueled by fear because I was so scared of picking up the baby.
Sorry. In the end, what was the diagnosis that you were given? I mean, did you have I can't remember now, it's so long ago, but were you given x-rays, MRI scans, or?
Yeah. So I had MRI, and it was a disc, you know, a slip disc or disc protrusion at the bottom, L5, L6, I think it was. And yeah, just that image of seeing the discs, you know, in the spine, and the you know, very visual image of seeing that disc just floating out. And that was the diagnosis, and it was kind of, I had the injection as well to try and help with the pain, didn't do anything. And then eventually I resorted to surgery, so disectomy, because the pain never changed. At the point that I was having a really good physio who did acupuncture, and that I felt was getting somewhere, and then it plateaued. And so by the time it came to surgery, it still was in both legs, but the severity was the right leg. And yeah, I went ahead with the surgery, which I thought was going to be this miracle cure.
Yeah.
And I was excited to have it because I had reached the point of, you know, what else can I do?
Yeah.
So I had that 5 months after the pain started.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no change. So it was, again, another awful few months because I and everyone else, all my family, you know, wanted this to work, and you know, oh, it must be better now. And I'd think, I'd try to measure it and hope it was better, and it went on the same, really. It was no different after the surgery.
So let's move on from all the negative stuff to, and clearly it was a really difficult, challenging time for you, and how sad, really, that there are more people who understand this concept, who could catch people early on like you, so you didn't have to go through all that. So how did you come across our work then? So
it was kind of a trail in that I was always Googling, always trying to find pain forums and just desperate to find someone that understood the pain initially. And then I came across somebody's blog about Dr. Sarno, and I think I had come across it before, but hadn't taken it on.
Nothing to do with you.
Yeah, there was something about this blog that made me read on. And I then started wondering if there was anything in the UK that was similar, and I came across your website. And I can remember when I saw your website, I was waiting in the waiting room for an occupational health meeting, which was always really awful, because that occupational health lady had said to me, you know that you may have to live with this pain forever.
Oh,
and
gosh.
made me feel in a panic. I remember that panic when she said it. Because I was meant to be going back to work as well, and it was just not happening because of the pain I was in, and I wanted to go back to work. And anyway, I came across your website on my phone, sitting in the waiting room, and I couldn't wait to get home and really look at it and digest it and something. Yeah.
So quite a journey for you up to that point. And you initially read some of the books about this work. What did you start doing yourself? Because I know that we saw each other. What before that point? What did you do yourself, and how much did it help you at that point?
First of all, it was the knowledge for me. I didn't really do anything other than read initially, and the turning point for me was really when I didn't sort of feel better just from reading, but I started, as in the pain didn't lessen, but I started, there was something connecting, and it was the turning point was when I saw you and then started the recovery program, and I had an actual thing to do, not just an actual program and something to follow, and I like that, having that structure. And it was the reading and the journaling that just released something, and it just started. I remember being at my parents' house, and it was the first time we went out as a family, and I went out the house for 4 hours, and we took baby to a park, and I came home so pleased that it was a goal, that I had been out for that long, and that was when things started to slowly get better.
Wonderful. So really, the reading of the books, like you said, gave you all the knowledge, but actually working one-to-one helped you begin to identify what it was that you specifically would benefit from addressing for yourself going through your own journey. What was it you found most beneficial? Obviously, the journaling really helped, and the knowledge. Is there anything else you specifically found helpful for you in your program?
It was the goals, and actually learning to break, and I still do it now, just with not associated with pain, but just life and thinking. I remember, I couldn't sit on the sofa, I would always lie down on the floor. My husband would be sat on the sofa, so for a year I'd laid down on the floor, every evening. And my first goal was to sit and watch 20 minutes of television. And it's such a small thing, but it was seeing the small goals, and then I'd write down that I'd managed it in the date, and then I'd look back and I'd think, oh wow, 3 weeks on, and I've watched an hour's program without even thinking about the pain, because I was always frightened, because orthopedic surgeon had said avoid sitting
for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Exactly. So it was all these things that, as I wrote it down, I could see where it had come from, and it's the conditioning. And then someone close to me might say, "Oh, will you be okay sitting on that chair?" And I'd go, "Yeah, oh yeah," because I made a big fuss about, it had cushions behind me all the time, and then suddenly you think, wow, I've made amazing progress.
So you did it step by step, didn't you? You didn't just sort of think, right, okay, let's go for it. And it was about actually really understanding what was best for you and being able to gradually put in achievable goals and gradually show that you were improving and work towards that.
Yeah, it was, and it was using the goals and then the knowledge and recognizing when I didn't have as much pain, then became recognizing when I didn't have any pain.
And how long did it take to get to that point?
So it was a long time. I didn't read things and recover. It was very, very slow, and I think it was really it was actually another 8 months until I could say I was pain free, but I just kept being secure in the fact that it was better. You know, it was massively better, and the mood improved. It was my mood as well. Yeah. And I'd go to the cinema and would get leg pain, but I think, well, this is crazy because 2 nights ago I was, you know, somewhere else and I didn't, you know, so I kept telling myself. Wonderful, yeah.
You were able to much more easily rationalise your thoughts, put things into perspective and not focus on the pain as much.
Yeah.
And by working on yourself, the pain was gradually resolving, rather than you trying to get rid of the pain, which is often what so many people try and do.
Yeah. And I made sure I didn't, you know, sort of, because I had become very, very negative. So I just tried to, when your sheet where you reward, you know, self-care. So I kind of nurtured myself a bit better as well.
Tell us how things have been, because it's obviously a few years now. So what's happened since then?
It was really, really strong that I couldn't have a baby because I couldn't go back there. But I eventually, we moved house, we moved out of London, and the pace of life was sort of less stressful. And over time, I managed to kind of face it. And I don't know what managed me to be able to say yes, but I somehow got there. And the gap between the 2 children, so it's 4.5 years, probably it wouldn't have been as long, but I'm just so pleased I managed to have another baby. And well, I was on cloud 9 because the pain, I didn't have it, you know, it didn't happen again.
And he's now, what, 3.5 months?
Yeah, so the baby's 13 weeks old now, so 3 and a bit months, and it's all I could have wanted, just not to and I've been doing the toddler the baby groups, and you know, going to walks in the park and all the things that I never did the first time round. So it's been amazing.
And presumably now, obviously you've got this knowledge, you're far more aware of the triggers that you had and why you had the pain in the first place. So how's that changed, for example, how you live your life now?
I can be a person that gets quite anxious about things, or not that anyone would know necessarily, kind of wound up within myself, I suppose. But it's not obvious I wouldn't say, probably I wouldn't be described as an anxious person. But I sometimes have learned to let go with things. It's still something I find hard, but I have the knowledge there, and I know when to just try and step back from things and think it doesn't matter as much as I think, and not worry about what other people think of me, because that was a big.
Presumably you're more aware now of it's your response to what's happening in your life that's causing you stress, and therefore you're better able at actually reducing that.
Yes, definitely. And you have to check yourself, you know, it's not kind of, it doesn't come easily. And I've had moments where I think the leg pain's sort of there and something's triggered it, but it'll be fleeting. You know, it's nothing. It's tiny compared to what, and I think it's good really, because it's like a warning that something is out of balance.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you can use it as a barometer for having to be dealing with something in your life. And if you consider the causes of TMS, PPD, stress-induced conditions are past childhood adversity, current stresses in life, our personality, and really the pace of life, just this hectic pace of life we live. Did you find that there were some of the causes of your pain were in all 4 areas, or there were certain ones more than others?
I think initially I thought, well, it has to be my personality, because I haven't had a traumatic childhood at all. I've had a really lovely childhood, but it was everything. You know, it was through journaling you realise what shapes you and what makes your personality. So I learned a lot, even though initially I thought, well, that I've had a really happy, supportive childhood, which I have.
Yes, absolutely.
But I realised I couldn't discount any area, so it was all areas that affected it.
Yeah. So we are who we are because of our experiences in life, and we don't have to have had trauma in the past. If there was one thing you really thought you'd like to tell other people in a similar situation, what would be a nugget that you would like to give them?
I would say that it's only through exploring everything that your program offers, you slowly piece everything together. And I think we are so focused on the physical aspect of pain, we don't even realise it. And the conditioning, and for people to say, be careful when you sit, don't sit for more than 20 minutes, you know, make sure that you put your feet on a book, and all these things that we nod and go, right, yes, no, I really do that. And actually, when you think about it, it's ridiculous that we treat our bodies in such a way. And I think it's to break that down and just know that the human body is strong, and to just start exploring how mind and body are connected, and just start looking, and other people as well. You start to hear people in a queue behind you complain about their bad shoulder, and then you hear them then say about something that's happened in their life, and you start to open your eyes to the connection between.
Absolutely. That's fair.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sally. I really appreciate this, and I know that there are going to be a lot of people that would really benefit from this, so thank you.
Okay, thank you, Georgie.
You're welcome.